Hello again, folks, and welcome to a Let's Replay of Dark Souls 3. I know, this came out some, six years ago at this point, and I kinda hated it. Part of that was because of, small purchasing stuff and computer stuff that, didn't work, and I didn't get a refund, so I had to pay for the game again, and that was a thing. And at the time, I had not been successful in playing through Bloodborne, which I had associated Dark Souls 3 more akin to Bloodborne. And at the time I was not that much of a fan of Bloodborne because of it being more of a skill-based game than your equipment, meaning anything beyond your weapon. But as I have played through Bloodborne and I have better understanding of my own personal skills after 7 some odd years, maybe, because that's when the copyright of this was made, I feel it is pertinent that I try to go through again, but this time with a very specific goal in mind. This is a goal that is going to be a bane of my existence. I plan to get the Moonlight Sword and become the Moonlight Warrior that I am meant to be, with the small additional thing of beating all of the bosses, including the ones in the DLC, which, as you can see on the top left, I have both the Ashes of Ariandel and the Ring City. I'm not expecting to immediately have a blast. I am not expecting to be any good at this game, but I will be playing entirely offline, which means that I cannot summon help.
Yes, indeed. It is called Lothric, where the transitory lands of the Lords of Cinder converge. In venturing north, the pilgrims discover the truth of the old words. The fire fades, and the lords go without thrones. When the link of fire is threatened, the bell tolls, unearthing the old lords of Cinder from their graves. Aldrich, saint of the deep, Farron's undead legion, the Abyss Watchers. And the reclusive lord of the profaned capital, Yon the Giant. Only in truth, the lords will abandon their thrones. And the unkindled will rise. Nameless, accursed undead, unfit even to be cinder. And so it is that Ash seeketh
And it's only really dawning on me how much of a terrible idea this really is. Ah, well. I am going to be Darius, because that is my online moniker. I'm going to go ahead and play as a knight to begin with, because that is the style of which I'm going to be most familiar with, and I'm pretty sure that I have to use a little bit of strength in order to wield my future blade, and we'll get to that eventually. Burial gifts. A lot of these would be really stupid nice. The life ring for max HP, divine blessing for a little bit of additional healing, a hidden blessing for more FP, black firebomb, which is like a firebomb but really strong. I'm going to, by the way, kind of assume that most anyone that has that is watching this has seen either my previous playthrough of this or has seen some Dark Souls 3 content, so I'm not going to go over absolutely everything. I might gush over some of the lore, some of the, previous characters that might have existed in previous, games of this that will pop up every so often. Let's see, Fire Gem will make it so as I can enhance my sword later on when I have the ability to. Sovereignless Souls, which will allow me to level up a little bit when I get to that point. Rusted Gold Coin increases item discovery, basically makes it so as anything that is dropped by an enemy can be found with a greater chance. Cracked Red Eye Orb is for invasions, screw that. And Young White Branch makes it so as you just kind of camouflage into things. I'm going to take the Black Firebomb for reasons. Honestly, I'm not all that... I don't care that much about my face. Because for the most part, my entire body is going to be covered in armor. I'm just gonna... Yeah, a store noble. Yeah, that does the trick. Again, not too chuffed about how my appearance is gonna be. So... Actually, wait. Build? I'm gonna be a barrel. Yeah. Like it or not, this is the peak man appearance. Yes. Loading. Shit, here we go again. So for those that don't understand fully what the hell was going on in that opening cutscene, basically, Dark Souls is a whole lot of trying to kindle the flame for a world that is dying. And honestly, it's a pretty neat story. Except when we're getting to the point now where the final dredges of, or the final flames are about to flicker out, and basically the Lords of Cinder, which are, the dudes that were shown there with Yorm the Giant and the Abyss Watchers and blah blah blah, all those dudes are previous Lords of Cinder who had sacrificed themselves to the flame, and they were being called upon again to ignite the flame once again. Except they said, screw you, we're going off our own direction. So now it is up to Lone Cinders, that's you, or in this case, me, to go and collect them after a fashion. Get them back onto their thrones and all that fun stuff. So, this is not Elden Ring in controls, by the way. This is Dark Souls again. So, hold B to run. We can also dodge with B. We can attack with right bumper. Strong attack, left bumper. Give me a second. Well, sorry about that. Important information I was being relayed with. Anyways, yeah. Right trigger, strong attack. The longer you hold it, the stronger the attack, but also the better chance of them going, aha! Right, or Y, because Xbox controller. Activates two-handed mode, which is stronger. No blocking though with it. I mean, you can block with it, it's just, it sucks. We've got shields. Shields will block a certain amount based on the shield itself. And we can parry. Don't expect me to be a parry master. I suck at parrying. That's all timing things, yep. And now I just hope that this controller doesn't shit the bed. Because this controller is notorious for having problems with the right trigger. Oh, up this corpse. Suppose we're gonna get into this. And I love how I was like, oh, I'm not gonna go into this if you haven't played Dark Souls before, but yeah, here we are. I'm not gonna worry about telling about statistics yet, seeing as, you know, I can do that later when it's actually leveled up time. We can trigger with the right analog stick, press down, switch it by going left to right. Don't get attacked from behind because you'll either take additional damage or you will get shot in the back of the head. Whoop. You got iframes and whatnot. They're good. Love the iframes. You have less iframes the heavier your roll is. And yes, I know what is in this direction. Pain. Good pain though, because it's like additional souls and shit. But it is also that thing. I don't remember killing this thing in my first playthrough. Yeah, I'm seeing why I wouldn't have. Just, come on. Let me heal. I think this thing does magic damage. Oh no, it doesn't do magic damage. Now, because this is not like Bloodborne. Ow. Whoop. Because this is not like Bloodborne, we don't have to be as aggressive. Still, being aggressive is good because it means that you get to, you know, do damage. Whoop. Okay. Block, block, block. In general in this game, like most Souls games, armor is more or less useless, but it is helpful. What? Yeah, I think when I had played this before, I was being really aggressive with this fight. Don't recall, but hey, we got a Titanite scale, which is used for increasing the strength of weapons. Let's see, was there anything else around here? Don't think so. Not to mention, beating that thing is an additional 3,000 souls. Honestly, the smart move probably would have been to get to the point where you can level up and then come back and kill it, but I am not a smart man, so yeah. Ragdoll physics. Woo. Whoa. Okay, 1 second. I don't... Near. By the way, you can running charge, and you will be able to smack things for additional damage with a running charge. This view, by the way. I know I gave smack to the game for a whole lot of things. Previously, when I had played this, but god damn it. This view. This is one of those games where it's basically very much one of those ones where it's, if you can see it, if you see something in the distance, you can go there. We rest at the bonfire. We will now respawn here when we die. And much like all Souls games ever, when you die, because let's face it, I'm gonna die. I will respawn at that bonfire. All of my souls, which I have been collecting slowly, will drop at that location of which I die. Which is not great, because, you know, I don't want to lose 3,000 souls. But so is the life of the game. That is how this game works. If you ain't used to that, well... Ew. Ooh, more firebombs. Okay. Need those. Bum 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 bum. Now there's dudes all over the place, beasts all over the shop, but I am going to be a little bit patient and try to make this jump. Because here, Titanite Shard, which we can use to upgrade quote-unquote normal weapons. I love being able to make that. Oh, a Fading Soul. Nice. Whee! Huzzah. Okay, I hate this fight. I hate this fight with a fiery passion. But I guess I could say that about pretty much any fight that's in this game. So this is the tutorial boss. Pretty much right off the bat, as soon as you pull the sword out of them, just start railing. He is apparently really damn easy to parry. Apparently. Anyways. Whoop. Maybe don't get hit by him, though. Whoop. Okay. Dar, what did you just say? Now, once he gets down to a certain point of hit points, he will turn nasty. Not what I meant to do, but okay. Ow. Glad I did it, though. Because he does this. Cool. You've got 5 firebombs, and these things are weak against fire. Which is great, because you're weak against everything he does. It's all my healing. Yes.
Ha 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 ha.
Now we got a coiled sword. Ember restored. And like 7k souls. That's pretty damn good. You will want to make sure to stop at pretty much every bonfire, by the way. Not necessarily stop and sit, but to just, you know, check it out. Look at it. Be all like, hey, this looks comfy. I'm gonna sit here for a second. Broken straight sword. Whoop. Maybe don't die. You get back your Estus flask every single time that you step to the bonfires, which is good, because otherwise you'd be royally screwed. Imagine having so little freaking healing throughout the game. Alright. This... I mean, it's called Firelink Shrine, but it doesn't look like a Firelink Shrine that I know. Just saying. Why, hello, pretty lady.
Welcome to the bonfire, unkindled one. I am a firekeeper. The lords have left their thrones, and must be delivered to them. To this end, I am at thy side.
Yay.
Ashen one, to be unkindled is to be a vessel for souls. Sovereignless souls will become thy strength. I will show thee how. Ashen one, bring me souls plucked from their vessels.
We can now level up.
Very well.
Then touch the darkness within me. Take nourishment from these sovereignless souls.
Yay, now we can level up. Now, we will want a high intelligence, because that is going to be the primary thing for the weapon of choice for this run. But to have a quick breakdown, as I can do, Vigor, I love that they actually included this. Vigor will affect your HP and your resistance to frost, kind of specific for frost. Attunement will govern your FP, or your focus points, which will allow you to cast spells and use weapon arts sort of stuff. Also determines how many spells that you can have attuned at one time. Endurance does your stamina, as well as resistance against lightning and bleed. Vitality, physical defense, though, also governs basically all defenses. It just focuses on physical defense the most. It also governs by maximum equipped load and poison resistance. Strength, required for heavy, powerful weapons, also governs fire resistance and improves attack strength with physical weapons. Now that's the thing about pretty much the rest of these stats. Strength, Dex, Int, Faith, and Luck all do weapon damages, but that's dependent on the scaling of the weapons themselves. So it's not like, oh yeah, Strength is going to increase the damage of all weapons. It can, but not greatly. Like if you're going to use a rapier, that's more of a dexterity weapon. Same thing with dexterity. Increases strength of attacks, but also reduces spellcasting time and damage taken when fallen. Intelligence increases your, well, it's required for sorceries and pyromancies. Increases your spell potency. However, pyromancy specifically is affected by both faith and intelligence. Also, it affects the magic defense. Faith is for spell potency for miracles and pyromancies. Again, both faith and intelligence are affecting pyromancy. And dark defense is also calculated by faith. We'll go into dark magic in a bit. Luck. It is just straight up your item discovery, whether or not people will drop stuff when you kill them. And also ups your bleeding and poison capabilities, but will also govern resistance to curses. Pretty much gone into most of these, but equipped load, the higher your equipped load, the more that you can wear. So the heavier your equipment you can wield. And as I said before, armor is basically next to useless in this game. So for the most part, a lot of people will just run around naked or next to naked. I have highly considered using mods to make it so as armor has a purpose, because I like armor, I like being a tank, but I will decide that later. Poise, pretty much your ability to withstand attacks without breaking form. You saw how once I was holding the shield and once my stamina went gone, I just kind of went, Pwah! That was that. Pretty much a giant opening of attacks and being backstabbed or critical or blah blah blah. Item discovery, a base of 100, I guess, at 0. The higher that is, the chances of finding items. And this is the damage of your weapons. And these are your defenses. Magic is pretty much just plain old magic. Fire is anything that is flamey. Lightning, yes. Dark. Dark is weird, as far as I recall, because I want to say that it's a very physical thing. Like, it was based off of humanity in the previous game, so humanity is a physical thing, so it does a bunch of humanity damage. Anyways. And then you have resistances to bleed, which will just cause a huge chunk of damage to you. Poison, which will slowly drain your health. Frost, which will slow you and make it so as when you've taken Am I thinking Elden Ring with the second part? I might be thinking Elden Ring with the second part. Where you'll then take more damage. Curse. When you're cursed, you immediately die. Yeah. And your attunement slots, which again will be going up as my intelligence goes up.
Very well.
Might help if I actually level up, hey. So I'm gonna up vitality. No. I want more stamina. I can level up quite a few times right now. God damn it. Let me double check the stat requirements for the Moonlight Sword. Okay, so it's a little bit ass, but I just mostly want to get the requirements for this out of the way anyways. So, for the Moonlight Sword, we need a dexterity of 11, which we've already got. We need a strength of 16, which means that for the time being, strength has a point. And then it requires an intelligence of a minimum 26. Bruh. So I think for the time, I will be focusing on a more physical build. If only because I like the idea of surviving. Yeah. When I'm more, because it still does scale with the use of strength. It's just that at the moment, strength is pretty much the only kind of weaponry I can use. There are spells I can purchase and all that fun stuff, but I don't want to deal with that right now.
Ah, another one roused from the sleep of death.
Yes.
Well, you're not alone. We unkindled are worthless. Can't even die right. Gives me conniptions. And they'd have us seek the lords of Cinder and return them to their moulding thrones. But we're talking true legends, with the metal to link the fire. We're not fit to lick their boots. Don't you think?
Yeah, this guy's kind of hopeless.
What a sick joke. Asking us to seek the lords of Cinder and return them to their moulding thrones. We're talking true legends. Those...
Okay. I think all he does is, yeah. We're useless. Now, unlike previous Souls game, not counting Dark Souls, we also get actual merchants.
A pleasure to make thine acquaintance, Ashen One. I am but a humble handmaid of the shrine. Weapons, armor, trinkets, and spells. I've lots of little things to ease the burden of a weary traveler. And yes, I'm undead too, but not so charitable as to give my goods away. Ashen One, fetch souls and bring them to me, as is thy wont. No?
But yeah, unlike previous merchants, we actually get to sell stuff in this game. Isn't that so nice? Isn't that so sweet? We can sell our broken straight sword. Okay, we don't have a lot to sell at the moment. Don't actually even have that much to buy at the moment, thinking about it. Yeah, we can purchase white sign soapstones, which will allow us to enter co-op. Not gonna. Homeward Bones, which will teleport us back to where we had previously, existed. Despite the fact that I don't think it would do much damage, I'm gonna go ahead and buy the Farron Dart. Because it is magic. Magic is helpful. Now, the unfortunateness is that we do need a staff in order to cast spells of the magical variety. If we were doing prayers, we need talismans, and pyromancies, there's a particular thing for that too that I don't think we'll get for some time. Unfortunately, I don't have an intelligence to wield a stick. Yep. See the bottom there? That's strength, dexterity, intelligence, and faith requirements. Yeah, we're too dumb to swing a stick.
Ashen One, if my wares are not to thy satisfaction, bring me umbral ash. With ash, I'll fashion new wares. Is it not our sorry fate, besoth on death?
I mean, we're dead anyway, so...
Knowest thou of that soppy gossip? That cordial intrusion layeth the path to embers? And so thou art in need of a soapstone, Ashen One. Then thy pockets will overflow with souls to trade to me.
That's her saying if you do co-op, you will get souls. Which is true.
Ashen One. Is it?
Okay, yeah. Leave.
Ashen One.
Bring me more souls. And then this big, beautiful, buff bastard.
Well, a newcomer, I see. I am Andre. I serve at this shrine as a humble smith, forging weapons. You're in search of the Lords of Cinder, I trust. A toilsome journey, I'd wager. You'll require good arms. Let me smith you weapons. I am a smith. Such is my purpose.
He is in fact a smith.
Weapons and protection are sturdy enough by and large, but when overused, they'll eventually break. When their durability is low, repair becomes a necessity. Use a powder, or simply rest at a bonfire, but should chance impel them break, bring them me. I'll hammer them back into shape. They take no pleasure in breaking, I assure ye, so handle them with care, if you would.
Yeah, so that's pretty much what he does. He will repair broken weaponry. Because we have a durability system in this. But we also have the ability to strengthen our weapons if we had the souls. I think we can't sell him stuff. When we pick up... Yeah, we can allocate how many Estus flasks. We can do red or blue, essentially. Blue will do your FP, red will heal your health. For now, since I don't have much in the way of spells, we're just going to do full health. We don't have Estus shards, so we cannot reinforce it.
Be careful. I don't want to see my work squandered.
Anyways, okay. I don't think there was anyone else that we needed to converse with. I'm pretty sure most everyone else we can just find along the way. Oh yeah, unlike Elden Ring, which honestly I really love this in Elden Ring, if you're not in combat, you don't drain stamina when you're running around. However, because this is not Elden Ring, we don't have that, which is saddening. But yeah, each of these thrones is the throne of one of the big bosses. We got Yorm the Giant of the Profaned Capital. I think this was one? Yeah. Watchers of the Abyss. Honestly, my favorite fight of this game. We got Holy King Lothric, last hope of his line, which is... Oh boy, I have things to say about Lothric. Bit of a prick. Let's see. And there is you, Saint Eldritch of the Deep. Oh boy, that's a fight. And then this guy, Ludlith, who is actually here.
All that unkindled, and a seeker of lords. I am Ludlith of Corland. Look not in bewilderment as I say. I linked the fire long ago, becoming the Lord of Cinder. If substantiation be thy want, set thine eyes upon my charmed course. This sad cadaver, no need to be coy. Have a closer look. Knowest thou of our purpose? 5 thrones will take 5 lords as kindling for the linking of the fire. The fast-fading flame must be licked to preserve this world. A reenactment of the first linking of the fire. So it is, I became a Lord of Cinder. I may be but small, but I will die a Colossus.
So, of the Lords of Cinder, this is the only one who decided, you know what, that's fine. And honestly, I kind of admire this guy for that.
Knowest thou of
Okay.
so I'm
He will be important for later as well. And now, we enter the Coiled Sword. Oh boy, I'm really doing this again, aren't I? Now, unlike, well, okay, I say unlike Dark Souls 1, we can actually travel between the bonfires that we have previously visited. And we only really have the one place to go at the moment. But I'm not going to go there just yet. We're going to do some shit. For one, Fair and Dart. If we had bone shards, we can use bone shards to increase the number of flasks we have. Whereas with the reinforcing Estus flasks, it would give us more health, I think. I might have that reversed. But in any case, I'm going to go ahead, call it an episode here. When we return, I can't believe I'm playing this game again. But again, maybe because I have a better understanding of how Bloodborne and Dark Souls 3 works by extension, I might have myself a good time once more. Especially now that I'm not going to be playing completely and 100% blind. I will have prior knowledge this time about certain things and stuff, and not be all like, oh, that's total bullshit. Although I will still say that certain things will be total bullshit. That said, I will probably also be looking to make it so as armor is armor in this, and not the equivalency of like a paper bag. Because I like armor. I like armor to be effective. I don't want to be upping my endurance if armor means nothing. But anyways, the Moonlight Warrior shall prevail, I guess. Thank you everyone so very much for watching. I hope you guys are going to enjoy this series as much as I hope that I'm going to enjoy it. If you guys are really hopeful for this series, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff really helps out the channel. If you want to support the channel in financial fashion, I have a Ko-fi, I have a Stream Elements, and a Patreon link up in the channel banner and down in the description below. Every little bit helps and keeps a roof over my head, food in my belly, and helps me upgrade my PC so I can do more epic gaming shit. I think that's it. That's the start of my stuff. Yes. Thank you everyone so very much for watching. I hope to see you guys in the next episode. Take care. Cheers.